ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú ìjìnlẹ̀ tó ju gbogbo ìmùlẹ̀ lọ. Òun ló sọ gbogbo ìmùlẹ̀ di ìmúlẹ̀ mọ́fò. Àìkú tí ò lè kú láíláí, àìsà tí kì í ṣá, kò tí, kò péyekè, kò yí padà. Ó lágbára ayé, ó lágbára ọ̀run. A sì yóò wù fẹ́ni ó wù láàkó tó wù. Kò ṣeé wò lójú wò, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ṣeé kó láṣọ lọ́rùn. Agbéni sókè téńté lójú abínú ẹni. Dúró tí ni nígbà ilẹ̀ bá rú. Ọba tí ń fẹ̀ yín pọ̀n yín nígbà tí ilẹ̀ bá ń pò yín. Nígbà tí wọ́n ló ti tán rárá, kábíyèsí sọ kó sì kù síbẹ̀. Ẹni tí ń gbénú àwọn wòlíì mímọ́, atóbi tán, aláìníye, ó pọ̀ kọjá kíkà, tẹ́rẹrẹ kọjá rírí tán, gígùn tí ò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀, gígùn tí ò lópin, àìtúwò, adáhùn sọ, adáhùn ṣe, adáhùn mọ, olú tí ń gbénú àwọn òkè ńlá arógun mọ́ sàá, òkè ńlá arógun mọ́ tìbí, wọ́n pè lẹ́lẹ́kùnrin kẹ́ tó bá gbójú lé wọlé, bàbá ta ló fẹ́ mú sí i. Àwọn èèyàn ní ó pè ní Jèhóvà lọ́ba tó ó tó yàrá rẹ̀ pè ẹkùn tákìrì gbére níjà. Jèhóvà jírè lórúkọ rẹ̀, Jèhóvà nèsì lórúkọ rẹ̀, Jèhóvà ẹgìbọ̀ orúkọ rẹ̀ ni, Jèhóvà sìkèrò orúkọ rẹ̀. Àwọn lárúbáwá ní ó pè ní àlá, wọ́n pè títí agbára ayé kan ò ká. Ó ń gbé náà ó ń ṣògo bó ṣe wù ú, fẹ́ni ó wù ú, láàkó tó wù ú. Abájọ tó kun fi rí tó sàn, tí Jọ́dánì rí tó padà sẹ́yìn. Òkè ńláńlá ń fò bí àpò, òkè kéékèèké bí ọ̀dà àgùntàn. Ilẹ̀ ń wá rírì níwájú Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè. Àwa tá a mọ rírì rẹ̀, bí lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ kò ságbára mi. Ó yá àtẹ́wọ́ ńlá fọba tágbára yé àtẹ̀wọ́gbà lọ́wọ́. Ṣé ẹ̀mí báyìí báyìí lọ? Ẹ ti torí tó Olúwa, Ọlọ́run tó wà ní. Ẹ ti tóbi tó, gbogbo ayé mo lè bá yín, gbogbo ọ̀hún mo lè bá yín, Olúwa, ẹ ti tóbi tó. Thank you. Torí tó o ní àpáta àti asà mi, you allow me to sing just one song before I start. You are the Lord, God is your name. You will never share your glory with anyone. You will never share your glory with anybody. Almighty God, that is your name. Thank you. Once again, I say welcome and good afternoon to everybody. My name is Dr. Yinka Ayefele, M.O.N. Olayinka Joel Ayefele Ọjà. Ẹ̀wọ́ bàbá mẹ́ta àti bàbá àbèjì tí aláàjì ó máa ń bí láìpẹ́. Yeah, I'm so happy for a day like this. I never knew I could be in front of many Nigerians like you, first-class journalists in the country, and versatile and the veterans in the industry. I'm so happy for the day, for the years, and for the events. Like my Oga said, it was in April this year that we decided that we have to celebrate our 10th year anniversary in a grand style. Today, we are starting the event, and I want to appreciate the Group General Manager of Fresh FM Nigeria, Alhaji Chief Abolade Salami, for his support right from onset till today. He's been loyal, dedicated, and served the role of a father. Every better I did to say, I told you want to see and thank you, sir. So I know and he was one of those that trained me in this industry. I want to thank you for Radio Nigeria. I want to Mr. Babatunde Olani of Blessed Memory. Tí o kọ́ mọ̀, àwọn ni wọ́n gbà mí àtàlájà Wọ́ládé, àwọn ni wọ́n gbà mí wọ Radio Nigeria, 1989. I was with the FRCN for years,
before I later, started doing what I know how to do best. That's jingle production. And to those that knows what Yinka Ayefele stands for, then I used to be the best producer of jingle. And I like it and attest to that. So most of our colleagues then, powered by jingle, Yinka Ayefele will produce it. That's where I raised the first money, huge, Timofera Beetles. Timofera, my first car. I say that my first car will bring about my turning point. I worked with Radio Nigeria. I started producing jingles. From there, I bought a Beetle car. That Beetle car led to my turning point. And what brought about my turning point? It's no more in news about how it all started. It was on December 12, 1997, on my way to Abeokuta, when I had a gas cylinder accident with my Beetle car. And that day, my life turned around. Yes, I remained a broadcaster even while in the hospital bed, but I thank God today that I've been able to maintain and sustain. Though it's not easy, grace. After the accident, what came to my mind first was to continue my broadcast journalism, because I love this job very well. So every Thursday I used to go to Ekiti to do Ayefele on Fresh FM, Radio Ekiti. It was later I stumbled on something on Facebook, like an app, how you can bring up, how you can play music and others will listen. That app is no more on Facebook now. But I just tried it. I tried to, make use of it. It was on Sunday afternoon. So I have a very big fan page on Facebook. I have over 2.6 million fan base on my fan page. Now, that is where I started the streaming. Before then, I don't think there have been any internet radio that is known in Nigeria. I started streaming, and I realized that my fans outside Nigeria appreciate it. Then I started running it in my office. I still go about my normal lago, my main music business, but at the same time, it just dawned on me that, wait, can't I even have a private radio? There are some private radio stations in Ibadan already, but I thought that I can be part of them and even change the narrative, change the face of broadcasting. The normal conventional way it used to be, this and that. I just sat down and thought about making an impact and at the same time change the system of broadcasting. We used to know Ile Akede for what we are doing today. Ile Akede used to have Yoruba and English program. But the private radio stations that started with us, their content are much more of English programs. Their programming is more of English content. That is where that was when I thought about bringing up an idea of the old days broadcasting. That is what Amudu and what Oreara Radio Nigeria used to do then and what Ayefele used to do. Now, to start, I didn't know that you have to apply. I just went to London. I bought a transmitter and I brought it in. And I started broadcasting. I started. The next 2 hours, Elijah was one of them. They bombarded my office with SSS. But I was surprised. How did you know that we are transmitting from this? Because formerly initially we told them that we are on internet, but they had us transmitting. Okay, Mr. Ayefele, where is your license? I know which license. I didn't know that you have to obtain a license before you can transmit. Okay. Let me go about when I say my license. One day I will need to consult and do this and do that. I can never forget the former commissioner for information in Ondo State. His name is Ranti Akirele. He obtained the job. He obtained the form for me. I just paid him. I didn't know how he got the form. He filled the form. He brought the form to Ondo for me to sign, and he took it off from there. I didn't know how he submitted. He did that. So Ranti Akirele started the journey for us today. Maybe because they don't have much time to do what they did for me before I got my own license. I spent 7 good years. They were investigating me, being that Modana, before I could get my own license. There was even a time they told me that Ibadan was saturated, and if I want to have a radio station, I should go to Oyo. Then they have only 3 or 4 or 5 radio stations in Ibadan. Our Gabolari was in charge then. So, but I kept pushing. I decided not to be discouraged. So I got in touch with Baba Oyinson. Chief Sanyawisan was the former zonal director, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. He's one of the organ that Tangbami was Radio Nigeria. And Baba Oyinson loved Ayefele so much. Baba took upon himself to pursue this license. Every time Kishaye flights, Baba lost Abuja. Baba would travel to Abuja. He wouldn't want me to stress myself. Baba and Mama Oyinson will always go to Abuja, to and fro, driving down, a lot of stress. To see Emeka. Emeka was in charge there. Emeka Mba was the DG then. There was a time I went to perform in Abuja and I insisted to see this DG. If the DG could do it for me. But unfortunately they said the president is the final signatory to every license. But the way I was investigated, like I said earlier, for the 7 years, if it is the same way they are investigating the license owners, the radio owners today, I don't think most of the radio stations today will exist. Yes, it's a fact. And Elijah can attest to what I'm saying today. Things have changed. Well, things have changed. But if we have for better, that is how it was. That is why it is now saturated. That is why it is now. You can imagine selling license on Facebook, license for sale on Facebook. I don't think it should go to that extent. If they were investigated, you would know the value of that license and you adhere strictly to the rule of the game. Then they went to DSS, not NBC. DSS went to my mom. They went to my dad. They went to all the countries that I've traveled all over the world to investigate. They came to my office 4 times to interview me. Because I wanted. So the stress was too much. Even our aburo in London, they went ahead. My primary school, they went there. My secondary school, they went to everywhere. It was later that those people were telling me that our DSS was even my church in Ikoti, they went there. So that was how tough it was before you could obtain a license. But today, it's no more like that. All commands new. So, to one lower license is available for sales. No, I don't think it should go to that. Get to that extent. Elijah, it might be no, ever is from one. To buy the weight of investigate, if you torture me. Where I would know that king were more professional. The more value license more than anything. But anytime at the on the pattern of growth, only man they will no so the man much. And you are a businessman, you have that Ayefele has a radio station and you want to Ayefele power with you. How do radio station? How will be the king will invest the you that power get license, you went and you go and buy a license and you don't know anything about the job. You are setting up a business for us to eat. I mean the broadcasters. If you are not a broadcaster or a journalist and you are setting up a media organization, yes, it's my role model. Those are the people that I know that knows much about this job, and I'm following their footsteps. Now, I just have to, let you know how it all started. Today, April but after 10 October, which is the 10th month of the year, 10 days, 10 years, then and so on and so forth, 10. So that's what we plan, and it's working already. That's why I want you to help me clap for Elijah Abolade again. He put everything together and very perfectly, everything is going on smoothly. And I wouldn't want to take much of your time. I think I've appreciated those that I need to appreciate and the celebration while we're here. My vision, I've said it, I want to change the face of broadcasting, which I think in my own little way I've been able to achieve. Because other radio stations where they are taking off, but fresh. There was even a time I had issue with NBC. I'm in other stations now, but Fresh FM, Elijah now told me something, and Akman, they told me something. You remember Elijah? They said, yes, because our content and the way we operate is a very so àwọn gan tí máa gbàgbé ara so anybody tí wọ́n bá gbọ́ that station wọ́n lè rí wọn mú pé wọ́n lo àwọn jingles tí ò yẹ kán lò or wọ́n violate but Fresh FM tán gbádùn so wọ́n jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé NBC gan gbádùn Fresh FM so wọ́n wá sọ pé mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ́ role model fún àwọn tó kù tẹ́ bá ń ṣe wrongly àwọn tó kù náà máa follow bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe so ní love letters wọ́n ṣe máa ń pọ̀ sí mi ẹ ti máa kọ́ tí mo pè ní love letter yẹn their letters wọ́n máa ń pọ̀ sí mi náà wọ́n máa ń pọ̀ so and I really appreciate it because wọ́n máa ń guide me because bí wàá lé kan náà ìwà ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló wà nínú wa we have different characters in this industry ẹlòmíì lè mú mi ó gbé sórí table tó ti present program. But you won't know that it's at the detriment of the owner of that media organization. You just get to the studio and after a microphone, you don't know what brought about that microphone that you're using. So we have different people in this industry. Àwọn kan wà cool-headed, àwọn kan wà bó lè bàjẹ́ kó bàjẹ́, àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé àjọ máa gbé sókè, àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé they are ready to support. To build the vision, the vision and the dream, to make sure that the dream come to a reality with you. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé they are there to project their own image and get out. So we have different types of people working in media organizations, especially àwọn tí wọ́n bá èmi ṣiṣẹ́. Me regret pé mo gba anybody ṣiṣẹ́ o, and I will say categorically today, for the past 10 years, my oga can be my witness, I've never sacked anybody. I don't sack my staff. The only thing I did once was advise to resign. Nígbà tẹ́ni yẹn ti fẹ́ yọ ayé lẹ́mìí ni mo ní ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi kọ lẹ́tà advice to resign. Because tó bá lọ fún ní sack letter, ó máa ba àwọn iná ń pè jẹ́ CV ó máa bàjẹ́. So advice to resign. So tó bá resign kò ní tó bá sì kéde anywhere wọn ní mo tó ṣe ẹnìyẹn yóò bá tẹ̀síwájú níbi tó bá gbé lọ. So that was the only thing that I think I did. So and giving back to other Fresh FM stations, it's not an easy thing, but I can say that the way it's even happening, it's beyond my own reasoning, it's beyond my imagination. I was called by, I'm not supposed to say this, I've been called to make sure that I establish Fresh FM in Abuja. They want Fresh FM in Abuja. They want Fresh FM in Abuja. How will I do it? Say, Alaji Mani kuma lọ sí Abuja ni tí ó fà Alaji alẹ́ sí ilé. So, I've been thinking about it. Okay, we want to be in Abuja, we want to be in Port Harcourt. How are we going to manage it? And the task of managing a radio station, though it's a little bit easier than having a TV station, because TV station you report what you see, but radio you can listen to it inside your car, even with earpiece. But television you have to monitor through view. So it's a little bit difficult to manage the programming and the programming on Fresh FM became things that people are requesting for in other states. And when they are doing the buying with the agencies, they used to say, and what I was pursuing was to make sure that one go walo shoko, one go wani ado, she transmitter wa should ado, and NBC that depend you see 2 kilowatts. I got already to 2 kilowatts. 2 kilowatts here the board normally 2 kilowatts of God kọjá Ìbàdàn. Tara ma radiate ó máa lọ pátápátá kò yẹ kó kọjá àṣejì rẹ̀ sí gbọ̀ngàn tó bá tẹ̀ máa dé gbọ̀ngàn. Ọ̀sọ́nà Èkó kó dé bí ibi pákó yẹn. How do we do it? So during buying, tí àwọn media agencies sábà máa fún wa níṣẹ́, they give iṣẹ́ to Fresh FM Ìbàdàn. I now thought about, okay, Fresh FM Ìbàdàn. Kí ni reason tí mo fi fún mi ní unnecessary stress? I want to come. There was a day I was playing for Fayose in Ado Ekiti. I was listening to Fresh FM Ìbàdàn. Inú mi dùn mo ní wọ́n gbọ́ Fresh FM ní Ado. I was listening to it, but does that mean if the buyers, the agencies want to place the advert, they will place it in Ibadan because they are listening to me in Ado? I said, no, you can follow me. I started thinking of establishing it in different stations so that I'll be able to make more impact. Then, and giving, like I told some colleagues, I want them to reap the fruit of their labor. We have a lot of people, a lot of veterans that have worked in this industry, that have suffered in this industry, that I think it is time for them to enjoy what they have suffered for. Because we know what we went through when we were in Radio Nigeria, and those veterans that left this years, or even some of them that are still there. I think I changed the face of making life better, meaningful to presenters in Nigeria. Don't let me say in Ibadan or your state alone. I started the poaching. I poach you with money. Over plane movie poach, not over radio. owó eré tí mò ń ṣe mo fi poach pé yes I need the best hand to start this job with me. So when they started working with me, àwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní expand. Now giving that opportunity to other states coupled with getting more adverts for the station bring about establishing in other states. At least the man cover Southwest. It's going to speak volume. I started from Abeokuta, and fortunately, we have to investigate me tẹ́lẹ̀ fọ́dún méje, so it would take much time when I wanted to expand to Abeokuta and other states. So I can even remember when I got 3 licenses at a time. I was given Ilorin, Akure, and Lagos at the same time. So that was how I established other sister stations. Now Tiwantiwa, mo rí pé àwọn rédíò tó wà ń bàdàn àtipọ̀ yes àtipọ̀, but àwọn bàbá kan wà tó jẹ́ pé Òjìǹdó àwọn Gúndàrí Fọ́yánmu níjọ́ wo ni àwọn gbogbo àwọn radio stations táwọn àmbàdàn bá ti rántí a content sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ talk radio ni most of us tó wà àmbàdàn. Okay, how can I make a difference again in this industry that is becoming porous? That nítorí àwọn tó gbọ́ Yorùbá náà ti ṣe tó ń ka English fún, so I decided to float Tiwantiwa tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá pọ́nbélé ni, and I thank God that I have a very good hand, Dr. Bayo Faleke, that make it happen. So that Yorùbá pọ́nbélé tó ti wá jẹ́ Tiwantiwa. Tó bá fẹ́ fún wa níṣẹ́, I want you to note all what I'm saying, especially the media owners. Tí agency bá fẹ́ fún yàn níṣẹ́, they will look. Yes, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ believe in rating. I am not interested in the rating. I'm interested in my own content, what I'm driving. If I'm doing it rightly, reach out to my audience, my targeted audience. I want to rate you. Station shut down in Kano for almost 3 months, and then rate the station as number 1. So which means anyone who don't rate anything more bad. If you rating let me do what I know how to do best. So that is how I decided to concentrate more on my content. Now Tiwantiwa rolling, and after that ṣe MTN náà ṣe MTN gbà. Ẹnìkan wá sọ fún mi ní agency pé lè rí ṣe MTN gbà. Why? Ó ní àwọn student ló ń lo data jù. Ṣé wọ́n gbọ́ Fresh FM ni? Now tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe Miss Ọ̀yọ́, tí wọ́n bá kó àwọn gẹ̀ẹ́sì yẹn wá, tí wọ́n wá kó wọn kí chairman Fresh FM, tí a bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ about 30 of them, do you listen to Fresh FM? No sir. No sir. And which station do you listen to? I don't even listen to radio. Why don't you listen to radio? I have my music on my phone, so I listen to my music. Okay, music ni. Ìgbà yẹn dẹ̀ rèé Beat FM wà ń bàdàn. Unfortunately, Beat FM fẹ́ padà sékòó. Wọ́n á rò pé ó bẹ́tà ká tètè kí. So mo wá fi vie fún licensing Blast FM. Ṣé pé Kenny Ogumiloro àti Mayor iṣẹ́ ti délẹ̀ o. This station you have to work on it to make it work. Alhaji ẹrù tí wọ́n rù ní Fresh FM because Alhaji and Bayo Faleke ẹ bá ń pàtẹ́wọ́ fáwọn méjèèjì. Mi ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bí a ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ tó gùn ni, but I think maybe when during the question and answer session, I might touch some areas that needed to be talked about. So finally, I want to appreciate the former governor of Oyo State, late Abiola Ajimobi. He was one of those that exposed Fresh FM to the whole world. Yes. Yes, ire wà nù ibi wà nù rẹ̀. I have never seen anybody tó lóun ní rédíò torí pé wọ́n wó ilé ẹ̀. Tájímọ̀bí ò bá wọlé mi, Fresh FM ò ní wà níbi tó wà lérè. The day it happened, it was painful, yes, but I didn't know that it was a blessing in disguise. BBC invited me. BBC London, you know, I went to CNN. And to cap it up all, Ajimobi to building a call for like the government.